I still remember the day Nisha Patel's murder hit the headline. It was a time when the city was at the peak of its glamour, with stars and stories colliding on every street. Nisha, once the talk of every party, was found dead in a luxury apartment on the 14th floor of a high-rise near the sea in Marine Lines. At first, it was thought to be a simple robbery gone wrong. But as the days passed, things started to unravel in a way none of us expected. Nisha was a known figure in the industry, an ex-wife of the famous Bollywood actor Raghav Mehra, who had ruled the screens in the late 90s. They were the golden couple for years, but behind the scenes, their relationship was anything but perfect. She had walked away from their marriage after years of emotional and physical abuse, something Raghav's publicists had skillfully kept under wraps. Nisha was no longer a part of his glamorous life, but the bitterness between them had festered. When I met Nisha for the first time, I was a junior journalist at a local news agency. I had been tasked with writing a piece about the troubled lives of former celebrities. Nisha was everything you'd expect from a woman who had lived under the public scrutiny, gracious yet guarded. I remember her telling me, "The world loves a perfect story, but behind closed doors, nothing is ever what it seems." She was living in a spacious apartment, well above the clamor of the city, as if trying to distance herself from the chaos that once defined her life. She'd always made sure to keep a low profile, but the whispers about her troubled past with Raghav followed her. Some even said that their divorce had left her emotionally shattered, but she was determined to rebuild herself, becoming an advocate for women's rights and working behind the scenes in the entertainment industry. But on the night she died, none of that mattered. It was the 2nd of November, a crisp evening. The last time anyone spoke to Nisha was a few hours before her death, when she had been having a heated argument with someone over the phone. The identity of the caller was never revealed. The police were tight-lipped about that detail, but everyone suspected it was Raghav. The following morning, Nisha's housekeeper found her lying on the floor, blood pooling around her body twisted in an unnatural position. The police were called immediately. The apartment showed no signs of forced entry, leading them to believe it was someone she knew well. Her personal belongings were untouched, but there was a broken glass on the floor and a piece of paper with a phone number scribbled on it. The investigation became a media frenzy. Everyone in Mumbai had their own theories, but nobody had the courage to dig deep enough to expose the real truth. There were rumors about Raghav being involved in shady dealings, connections with some underworld figures that no one dared to talk about. But I had a gut feeling that it wasn't as simple as the tabloids made it out to be. Weeks later, I ran into one of Nisha's closest friends, Aarti, who was once her confidant. Aarti had been with Nisha the night before her death, but had left her apartment early. It was Aarti who had mentioned something strange to me. She said that Nisha had been fearful in the days leading up to her death. She'd received several threatening calls, which she kept to herself, though she had made a passing comment to Aarti about being followed by an unknown man in a black car. The police investigation was slow and seemed to go nowhere, but I kept digging, talking to people who knew Nisha and Raghav, trying to connect the dots. One night, I finally managed to find a document that had been missing from the crime scene, a contract Nisha had signed with a new production company just weeks before her death. In the margins of the document, I found a scrawled note that read, "I know what you did." It all pointed to one thing: Nisha had found something dangerous, something connected to the criminal underbelly that Raghav was tied to. She had become a threat, and that was why she was silenced. I couldn't prove it all, but it didn't matter. The whispers were louder than the truth. Raghav, as powerful as he was never charged, and Nisha's case was quietly buried under the weight of celebrity scandals. But the truth lingered in the air, like the salty breeze from the sea that Nisha once loved. As a journalist, I had learned one thing: the most dangerous stories are the ones that remain untold. And even today, I wonder if we'll ever truly know what happened that night. The truth may be buried, but questions still remain. Who really silenced Nisha Patel? What secrets did she uncover that cost her life? The whispers may have faded, but the mystery lingers. Join the conversation. Share your thoughts, theories, and insights. Was justice denied, or was the truth never meant to come out? Follow for more gripping true crime stories. Comment below with your thoughts. Share this story and keep the truth alive, because some stories deserve to be told, no matter how dangerous they are.